One of the great benefits of using Zoom is that you can get a transcript almost automatically from a service called Otter.ai. They're joined at the hip. If you've been using Otter AI, you might be a little disappointed by the quality of the transcript. I know I have, and I found a replacement that's 1,000 times better. And today, I'm going to show you how to use it, what it is, how to get it, and all that good stuff. Hi, I'm Dan Janal. I'm a book strategist. And no matter where you are in the book writing process, I can help you either as a ghostwriter, book coach, or developmental editor. And if I can't help you, I can refer you to my trusted colleagues who can. So let's get started. Well, let's get started right off the bat. I love Zoom. And one of the things I love about Zoom is that it lets you create a transcript with a service called Otter.ai. This is relatively new, maybe 6 months old. And at first I was delighted by the idea that I could automatically have a transcript of all of my calls. This was a great boom to my coaching clients when I was helping them write their books, because we'd do an interview and we'd have an idea, we'd make it better, back and forth. And I'd say, okay, that's it. That's perfect. That's exactly what you should say. That's brilliant. And they would say, what did I say? And we couldn't recreate it. So that's why having a recording and a transcript is really good. In fact, I would say underline every time they said something brilliant, or if I said something brilliant. That way we could look through the transcript quickly, do a search for the word underline, and we could find that brilliant statement. And that would have been a good system. But you know, it wasn't the best system because Otter is not a very good transcription system. They claim about 90 or 95% accuracy. And frankly, that's not good enough. There were times when I spent hours working on that transcript to get rid of the typos and the grammar errors and the fact that they wouldn't put a period anywhere. They put commas, just have these long sentences, or even worse, put periods where they didn't belong. So it took hours to edit a transcript. In fact, I would have been a lot better off paying someone to do a human transcript, because humans are pretty good about doing transcripts. But for a long time, that's all I had. And it was like, okay, this is it. I have to live with it. Well, the other day, I discovered another company called Fathom, Fathom, and they have an app that hooks into your Zoom meeting that will record your session. It will create a transcript and the video of your session as well. And the results are pretty awesome. I mean, really awesome. There are very few mistakes. First of all, they filter out all the ums and uhs, which we all do, and takes time to edit out of a transcript. But they don't record them at all, which is great. And if that was the only thing they did, that would be nice. But frankly, it does a million things better. You know how when you're in a meeting and you want to take notes, that's what Fathom does for you. One of the cool things about Fathom is that it lets you highlight speakers and their action items as they're speaking. For example, there are maybe 7 different categories of notes that you can take: action items, insights, positive reactions, negative reactions, pain points, feedback, and maybe other things. You can modify that to meet your needs. So when someone is speaking and they say something brilliant, you might say insight. You might press the button that says insight, and it'll start color coding that speaker until they're done or until you turn it off. And that way you can go back through the transcript later on and see the insights or the positives or the action items or whatever, and know exactly what you need to do. And of course, these are color coded, so you can immediately scan through them. And frankly, you can relabel those options to suit your needs. So if there's some idea that you have that would make it more relevant to your business, you could do that and make the system your own. So it's really good. Now, the files are stored on their server, so it doesn't take up any space on your hard disk, which is really great. To access the file afterwards, you can simply copy it to the clipboard and then paste it into your Word document or Google Docs or anything else like Slack or other third-party apps that they have some integrations with. So that was really, really cool. Oh yeah, it's free. You're probably wondering how much it costs. It's free. So who can argue with that? It's free. It sits on their server. It doesn't take any of your disk space. What could be better? They provide accurate transcripts. So I heartily endorse using Fathom for all of your Zoom meetings so you can see your notes quickly. And if you need transcription for your documents, for your books, for your blogs, any other kind of writing, chances are it's going to be really, really good. And that will save you a lot of time when you do your editing and rewriting. And of course, everything needs to be rewritten. The way we talk is not the way people see things in print. There is some editing that you'd have to do with any program. But the beauty of Fathom is that the document that you're starting with is darn near good enough. So you don't have to spend countless hours just cleaning up the grammar and the missing words and typos and other mistakes that those AI programs do. So I heartily endorse Fathom. You should get it. You can find Fathom at fathom.video. Interesting URL. It's not .com, fathom.video. Another cool feature is that you can share the transcript and the video with other people in the meeting. So that's always neat. It's simply sending them a link to the files. So you don't have to download things and upload things, and which can be a big time saver. So you might be wondering, who has access to your recordings? Only the people that you want. Otherwise, it's 100% private. Privacy is a big concern, so they actually let you notify people as they come into the room that this call is being recorded, and you can ask them for permission to enter the room and give their permission to be recorded. So that's kind of cool. Now, Fathom does not replace Zoom. It works alongside Zoom. In fact, you can't use Fathom without Zoom. It's not a separate service. It's not a transcription program that you can just dictate into, at least not yet. So it works alongside of Zoom. It can also integrate with services like Slack, Google Docs, and a few others. So check out their website for their latest integrations. So that's it for today. If you are still thinking of using Otter and you're committed to using Otter, or you're locked in some ways that you have to use Otter, check out my video on how to edit a file quickly if you're using Otter.